Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be breaking down 7 of the best WooCommerce payment gateways. Whether you need to accept credit card payments on your online store or you want to offer alternative ways for your customers to pay, that's what we're going to be breaking down here in today's video. What are some of the best payment gateways for WooCommerce? And before we dive into things, I do want to mention if you don't already have a WooCommerce store, you can go and check out Bluehost at that first link down in the description box below. That's brendanvalesky.com/hosting. That will take you right over this page here, where Bluehost, right now, they're offering up to 70% off on hosting for WordPress websites and online stores, including WooCommerce. So if you don't already have a WooCommerce store, again, you can go and check out that first link down in the description box below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the list. So at the number 1 spot, we have Stripe. Now, of course, before we dive into things, I do want to also mention, you can check out the links down below. I will be linking to all of these different WooCommerce payment gateways as well, if you want to check them out or follow along as we go through things, as well as that all of these different WooCommerce payment gateways do have free direct integrations with WooCommerce as well. So they all have free downloads as well, which is really cool because I know a lot of you guys definitely want those free direct integrations. Okay, so Stripe at the number 1 spot should be no surprise for WooCommerce payment gateways. Stripe is really one of the best payment providers to process payments, not only just on your online store, but in general as well. Stripe has a lot of different integrations, and of course, it does not stop there at WooCommerce. They do have a direct integration with WooCommerce, and Stripe allows you to accept all, of course, major debit and credit cards, as well as local payment methods with Stripe. As you can see here, they do have almost 1 million active installations currently on WooCommerce, which is really cool. Stripe is just one of the most popular payment providers, which is why I included them at that number 1 spot. Stripe allows you to, of course, accept payments, again, like I mentioned before, debit, credit cards, all major providers, as well as the fact that they allow business owners to be in over 40 different countries. So they have it available in over 40 countries, which is really nice. I know a lot of you guys watching this channel maybe are international as well, maybe looking for other payment gateways that you can use in your country. So that's nice there. They also allow you to do Apple Pay, over 135 different currencies. So it should be available for all of your different customers as well. Google Pay in addition to Apple Pay, and a few others as well. So for the Stripe plugin, again, you can utilize and accept major debit and credit cards. It's also PCI compliant as well with their checkout flow. The Stripe WooCommerce plugin also works with other WooCommerce plugins as well, such as their WooCommerce subscriptions. So maybe if you're interested in setting up recurring payments, it also has support for that. Additionally, you can process things all within your WooCommerce dashboard, which is really cool. So in general, Stripe is a great platform for accepting payments in WooCommerce. You also have the ability to activate additional payment methods with just a few clicks. As you can see here, this is a little screenshot from the Stripe dashboard. So it's pretty easy to set up as well. Just in general, Stripe is one of the best payment gateways for online stores overall. And it definitely does not stop here at WooCommerce. It's also developed through WooCommerce as well, which is really nice. They do have that direct integration there. As you can see here, you could sort of see like what the checkout would look like with billing details and people's orders. And you also have the ability to set up the faster mobile and desktop checkout options as well, again, such as Apple Pay, things just to make it a lot quicker and easier for your customers, as well as Google Pay as well. You can also set up a little test shop to make things work, make sure things work. You also get pretty quick payouts as well. So in general, WooCommerce, you go to your settings, you got your payments, and you can enable Stripe in your WooCommerce store. So definitely takes the cake. At the number 1 spot is Stripe. Moving in at number 2, we have WooCommerce Payments. Now, this is actually directly available through WooCommerce themselves. They developed WooCommerce Payments, which is really cool. And it actually is the only payment solution fully integrated into WooCommerce, where you can accept credit and debit card payments as well as local payment options. Again, with no setup or monthly fees, which is really cool that this is a direct integration. You don't even have to use any other third-party company. You can literally just use WooCommerce and add WooCommerce Payments. Now, they are towards the top of this list as well, just because they're available in a lot of different countries as well, and they have no setup costs or monthly fees. And the other nice aspect is that it is directly integrated into WooCommerce. So as you can see here, sort of looking at what the backend looks like, If we go ahead and play this little quick video here, as you can see, you have your dashboard. And right under WooCommerce, you have your payments section where you can process your payments, which definitely makes things pretty quick and easy. As you can see, your transactions flow in there. You have your deposits for your disputes as well. You have your settings, transactions. If you need to, check any disputes, you can check through that there. Everything's managed just directly in your WooCommerce dashboard in payments section, which is really nice that it's all just in one place. You don't have to log into any other external dashboards, which definitely can save you a bit of time as well, which is why they are towards the top of this list. They also have other payment methods, such as Apple Pay, Google Pay, and a few others. That also can help increase your conversions. It's just pay as you go fees per transaction. That's really the same overall pricing structure that all these different payment gateways offer, is really just pay as you go fees. So you can get started for free with them. You can see your deposit history as well. For customers, it's pretty simple and easy for transactions to go through. But yeah, WooCommerce payments at the number 2 spot. Moving in at number 3, we have PayPal payments. Now, I know a lot of you guys are sort of mixed about PayPal and using them as a payment gateway, but listen, PayPal is still one of the most popular ways for people to pay online. And if you want to offer PayPal, it makes sense to offer it on your online store. Not only do you get PayPal payments, where you can, have your customers pay with PayPal, they can also pay with Venmo, Pay Later, and with this payment gateway from PayPal on WooCommerce, you can also accept credit card payments as well, such as Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Discover. So that's really cool there because it is sort of an all-in-one solution with PayPal's payments. It is nice just because maybe if you're already using PayPal in your business, then it can make sense to use PayPal as a payment gateway on your WooCommerce store as well, just because they do have that integration there by WooCommerce. And you can accept payments. As you can see, consumers are nearly 3 times more likely to purchase when you offer PayPal. So again, if they're already using PayPal, it definitely makes sense to offer it in your store, just because it's another way that your customers can pay. Overall, the more ways that you can offer for your customers to pay, generally, more than likely, a higher conversion rates that you can expect to see within your e-commerce store, or more specifically, your WooCommerce store. In addition to that, again, we do have Venmo, that is US only. You also have PayPal Pay Later as well, which is really cool. So in general, more ways to pay just makes sense to offer within your online store. Now, it maybe is, depending on the volume of your online store and depending on what country you're available in, maybe PayPal payments may not be available to you, or it may not make as much sense for you, which is why they're a little bit lower on this list, just due to the international integrations, but it is still available in a good bit of the most popular countries. Again, it's not necessarily available to everybody, which is why it is a little bit lower in the list, but PayPal payments is still a nice option. Again, if you can offer it, it's definitely worth offering in your online store. Moving on, at the number 4 spot, we have Braintree for WooCommerce. Now, Braintree is actually owned by PayPal. However, Braintree does differ a bit from PayPal directly because they are sort of a separate company. Braintree is really focused on merchants. They have more customization in the payment gateway, where you can test more things with the fields that you have in your checkout and really customize it a little bit more than just a traditional PayPal checkout like you would have with PayPal payments. Additionally, Braintree allows you to, of course, accept PayPal payments as well, which is really cool. So maybe if Braintree is available to you, then that could be another way to offer PayPal, or another way to accept PayPal and offer the ability for your customers to pay with PayPal in your online store by using Braintree. Of course, you can also accept credit card payments, debit card payments as well. So sort of like an all-in-one solution within your WooCommerce store using Braintree. It also supports Apple Pay as well, which is really cool. So you do have the expedited checkout, so you can still offer the PayPal buttons as well. As you can see here with the whole PayPal checkout, you can still offer that as well, which is nice. Additionally, maybe if you're already using Braintree, could make a ton of sense just to use Braintree for WooCommerce as well. Maybe if you're already familiar with them. But in general, it is just another way that you could offer the ability to accept PayPal if you have Braintree available to you. It also supports, of course, WooCommerce subscriptions and WooCommerce pre-orders as well. If you're interested in utilizing those other plugins on your WooCommerce store as well, they do have integrations there. So in general, Braintree just has a little bit more customizability with the hosted fields and things like that as well. So definitely worth taking a look at it. Braintree for your WooCommerce store as another payment processor and payment gateway. Moving on, next in this list, we have Square for WooCommerce. Now, maybe if you're already using Square for your brick and mortar store, and maybe you're using WooCommerce for your online store, it can make a ton of sense to utilize Square for WooCommerce because it allows you to connect the two and have more of a direct integration. Alternatively, maybe you just want to accept payments with Square. It can be pretty easy to set up. You do also have a quick deposit. The cool thing with Square for WooCommerce is it does allow you to sell online and in person. So it does sort of give you that ability to connect your Square setup maybe for a brick and mortar store. Maybe if you're already using Square point of sale systems and things like that, then this could allow you to connect those with your WooCommerce store online and then just accept all your payments within your Square account, and then all that still syncs up with your overall Square dashboard, so you can sync all your payments, items, and inventory as well. So as you can see here, you can connect it for free within Square and WooCommerce. You can accept payments. They also have various different pricing available, of course, depending on the country that you're in and what type of monthly plan you may need within Square, but it is free to set up and free to download the app of Square for WooCommerce. Additionally, you can accept digital wallets such as Apple Pay and Google Pay. Pretty much all the different payment providers are really offering that nowadays. They do also have a supported payment method for WooCommerce subscriptions and pre-orders as well, so you do have support there. The nice thing about Square for WooCommerce, it just really makes a lot of sense. Maybe if you already are familiar with Square, or you're already using Square in your brick and mortar store, you can sort of sync, you can really sync everything. And then Google, you can get your products set up in both platforms. So as you can see here, you have your Square and WooCommerce, and you can set everything up and sync your overall payments and save time as well by updating once you have your products created in WooCommerce, and then they're automatically added to Square, and you can track things within your overall Square dashboard, which is really nice just for saving you time and tracking everything sort of in one place. So definitely another good payment gateway worth taking a look into as well, maybe again if you're already using Square. Moving on, next in this list at the number 6 spot, we have Amazon Pay. Now, I get that Amazon Pay may not necessarily be for everybody, but if you want to offer just another way for your customers to pay, then Amazon Pay could be a good option, especially because of the fact that a lot of people do use Amazon and pay for things with Amazon. So a lot of people already have an active Amazon account that they have their payment cards saved and everything like that. So it can make a lot of sense to offer Amazon Pay as well, just as another way for customers to pay on your online store with Amazon Pay. As you can see here, sort of what the checkout would look like, and it really is familiar to a more Amazon style checkout, and which is cool, especially if maybe you do sell some of your products on Amazon, maybe some of your customers, you're directing them to your online store, then it can make sense to offer Amazon Pay just as another way for customers to pay. Again, because a lot of people, already have Amazon, they don't have to enter in new information on your site. They can just use their Amazon account in order to pay. Which is really cool because they don't have to create a new account. They can just use their Amazon account to pay for your products on your online store, which definitely makes a lot of sense. Of course, it is compliant as well, and they do have a little video here for integrating Amazon Pay on WooCommerce. Moving in next, last but not least, we have Affirm. So Affirm payments is another way for people to pay. This is sort of like breaking payments down into multiple payments. So it allows you to do pay in four for regular purchases or monthly installments for higher ticket items. So maybe if you do sell maybe slightly more expensive products, then Affirm could be a great way for your customers to break out those payments into monthly payments as well, but still offering as another payment gateway in your online store. So I would say that Affirm Payments is more of an additional payment gateway to add. I would definitely still have, maybe a Stripe or a WooCommerce payments on your online store. And then maybe Affirm Payments is just another payment gateway you could add to offer an additional way for customers to pay. Similar to Amazon Pay, Affirm Payments is just another alternative way for your customers to pay that you can add to your site. This is a buy now, pay later type of deal here, where you can offer flexible payments for your shoppers, which is just another great way to help with conversions and your average order value, and you're able to get more customers approved. As you can see here, everything is just through the Affirm process. As you can see here, they run your customer through and they create an Affirm account and all that, which makes a lot of sense just to offer another way for your customers to pay. Again, some of the largest brands do use Affirm. Could definitely make a lot of sense just to offer another way for your customers to pay and break down things into simple payments. So that pretty much wraps up this video here today of the best WooCommerce payment gateways. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I do want to mention one more time, if you don't already have a WooCommerce store, you go and check out Bluehost. That's brandvalesky.com/hosting at that first link down in the description box below, where right now you can get up to 70% off on hosting for WordPress websites and online stores, such as a WooCommerce store. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, or found it helpful, be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and the notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. But anyway, guys, that is all for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.